overall plan, right? Because of these 360 deals, record labels are now seeing ways of making money from their artists as brands. And I've got artists signed to Sony, and every week we get a idea from somebody in the Sony marketing department of something that we could hook up with. Now clearly they get 20% of these deals, so it is of interest to them to be pushing stuff forward to us. And clearly we're not going to say yes to everything, but some of it does make sense. You know, if it's an item of clothing, if it's a particular trainer shoe or whatever, it might make sense to be involved with it, right? But it does have to be very carefully managed. In the last year, there's been another extension of this. Up till about a year ago, you just see an artist maybe associating with Pepsi, recording a special single for Pepsi, doing an ad for Pepsi on the TV, right? Maybe an artist would support a new release of car. Robbie did it with smart cars. Banking, Lloyds Bank does a lot of sponsorship deals with sport as well as with artists. But what we've seen shift in the last year is being artists actually becoming brand managers within the brands. They call them brand ambassadors or brand managers. And what they're actually doing is they're employing this artist on significant sums of money to actually be part of the development of the products of that company. Kylie Minogue was announced as the brand ambassadress for Bartercard this week. The priceless kind of tagline that you get with Bartercard. I think it's Beyonce, $1.3 million dollar deal to be associated with a brand in the US. Which was not just, you know, reel them out, front them up, put a backdrop behind them of the product and that's it. It was go into the offices, help us develop the next brand, be seen to be associated with that, and be seen to be selling that as part of your lifestyle. That's the big shift that we've seen in the last year. Too early to say whether these are, you know, one-offs and they might not go anywhere because the ad companies got it wrong. But it is, somebody who works in the advertising industry said to me that the ad industry doesn't know how to talk to us. They would love to use music more, but they do not understand us, and they do not know how to talk to us. And I suspect that these brand ambassadorships are a way of trying to read us and trying to understand us a lot more. Now, we don't think we're that complicated, right? We think we're kind of quite simple souls. But apparently the ad world and our world are like different planets. And I have clients who are currently working with Saatchi & Saatchi, but also rum distillers. Again, the South American connection, Cuban rum, South America, football, the Olympics. That's what I said earlier. If you can attach yourself to something to do with South America at the moment, you can buy your own tickets. The brand people at the rum company were willing to pay for me to go and sit in their office for a day and tell them how the industry worked. Now, isn't that ridiculous? I took the money, of course. Why couldn't you? Whatever. But I don't know. They don't believe that they understand how we function, what presses the buttons with us, how to talk to us. And they see music as being such an important part of their game plan that they want to know us better. So there's another possible job opportunity, isn't there? Being the translator between the industries. I'm on commission for all these jobs you're going to get, right? I want a percentage. One of the areas, interestingly, I touched on at the half-time with one of the ladies over there, was, and again, it's quite niche, but it's the extension of the library music, if you like, is music as a sonic sound space. Yeah, odd, right? But if you're trying to create a certain mood or a certain, you want to liven up a crowd, the use of music to do that is using psychology of music to create a reaction, if you like, right? And it's an absolutely fascinating, if somewhat niche area. I have an artist who has a studio in the Metropolis Studios in West London, and I was in his studios last week, and he was playing to me the music for this top secret sonic project that he's working on at the moment. And on this one I am under a non-disclosure, so I cannot tell you what's in it. But let's just say that the product by itself is boring. It is the most boring thing you can ever imagine, right? And it's not going to appeal to anyone. But when he overlays the sonic sounds on it, all of a sudden it becomes the most dynamic, the most alive thing you've ever seen in your life. And all of a sudden your brain is going, oh, but that could be an amazing video game. Oh wow, I can see that running on. You know, and all of a sudden all the possibilities open up. And they have only done so because he has laid that music over the top. And when he was first commissioned to do this, they just thought he was going to do some generic library type music that they were going to run, and that was it. He was commissioned just to do that, right? He said, no, I can do more than this. I can make this a better project than you currently have. And they are now so taken with him that the deal that he has with them has now increased fivefold. And he is now, if you like, the sonic ambassador for this project. He is now going to create all the sounds that you will hear between the ad breaks on TV, as a video game, as the live experience, and the whole thing has suddenly gone to a whole different level. And that use of sonic architecture is another way that it's called, is a way of raising the game of an otherwise average experience, right? Very niche, but again, possibilities there. And one final thought. A graduate of here contacted me a few years back and said she had a job for me. Would I please advise on a contract for London Transport? Yeah, okay. So I went to London Transport's offices. She's working in the recording studios for London Transport. Think about that. The recording studios for London Transport. Why? And then think about all the announcements on the buses, and all the announcements on the tube stations, and all the announcements on the trains. She is the studio engineer that makes those recordings. And she needed a contractor in because they were employing this lady from Manchester, I think, to come and redo all the announcement for the buses. And she needed to do a services contract with this lady. Now, who knew that was a way of earning a living, eh? So, you know, there are all sorts of ways in which you can make money in this business, not just from the obvious ones of recording and making performance. I think I have exhausted myself, and I thank you for your contributions, but I am now very happy to take general questions or any arguments or feedback on what we've said so far.
Yes. I'm quite interested and involved in the charity sector. When you were talking about branding and campaigns for commercial companies, have you ever had experience in working with an artist or contracts with charity campaigns, and what are your views on partnership?
Certainly. I worked with Comic Relief for quite a while. Okay. And obviously they have very good, strong relationships with their artists. I think the danger that the charities can sometimes fall into is expecting too much from their artists that they are engaged with. These are usually fairly busy people, and I think they get so excited that they're prepared to be associated with them that they overdo it a bit. But those that do it well and just, you know, come for the day, we'll treat you like royalty when you're with us, please do this for us. I mean, otherwise, why would you get all those UNICEF ambassadors that will go, you know, artists will, and actors and actresses will go for no fee to be an ambassador UNICEF charity. If you treat the artist well, and it's something that they already buy into as an idea, then it can work very, very well. We saw, I'm going to get the names on this wrong, there's a backlash this week on this. Oh, come on, help me. Artist, she was doing some work for peace in Israel, and it was discovered that she is also...
Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
Scarlett Johansson.
Johansson. Thank you, I knew somebody could help. It can backfire on you because she was doing a commercial deal for a company that was producing soda stream things you put in your drinks on the West Bank, and at the same time was kind of an ambassador for sort of peace in the Middle East, and it was felt to be mutually not working, right? And so there was a lot of flack back on her on that, and the model. That's an Naomi Campbell, but I don't think so. I think it's Kate Moss, who was campaigning for PETA, the anti-fur company, and then seen out in the street wearing a fur coat. You know, you kind of, it can work both ways for the charities on this too. Funny enough, a Liverpool-based charity contacted me a couple of months back to ask me if I knew of any artists that were willing to say that there would be mental health problems, either in their family or with themselves, that would be prepared to front a mental health campaign. And it was actually quite difficult to come forward with anybody on that because of the stigma that's still attached around that. And actually one of the few that